Hello, everybody. Today, I have some very big news to share with you. I want to make sure you guys understand how big this is because I'm doing the first that I know of. I don't think anybody has ever done this, what I'm about to do today, or at least in 2 weeks' time. I'm prepping you for that time. So before I get into my big reveal, my big secret, which isn't that big of a secret because I've been talking about it for the last week and a half to 2 weeks and thinking about it for even longer than that, probably since late August, early September. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay because I want to make sure you guys understand this message. So as you know, it's Coach Vic, blah, blah, blah. Today, I'm going to tell you about the thing that's happening on October 18th. You guys heard me talk about it and mention it, but now I'm going to go into detail about what I'm doing. Well, a little bit of detail because certain details are still being worked out. But before I tell you exactly what's happening, why don't you answer me these questions? Number one, have you been meaning to get into land investing or to take it a little bit more seriously and you've been waiting for that opportunity? You've been waiting for the signs from heaven or from God or from whatever to say this is the time to get started. Have you been looking for a little bit more direction and a little bit more advice as you're looking for property, as you're looking for areas to invest in, as you are just trying to understand and wrap your whole head around the land investing thing? Let me know. Have you actually been in there? You saw some property, you see an area, whatever it is, and you're not sure how to get started exactly, or you're not sure if the area is as good as it seems, because there's certain things about it that make you pause a little bit. Or maybe you understand that the area that you're looking at is good, but you're like, well, how do I know if I can afford a property in that area? Maybe you can afford it, but you don't know how to find or create a list easily, right? You don't want to spend a lot of money using a ton of different software and tools, and you want to do things on the cheap, or you want something that's a little bit more hand built and catered to help you find that deal. If any of that sounds good, well, guess what else I'm going to think I want you to think about? How do you actually contact these people, the ones that are more likely to sell, and how do you actually get a deal quickly? Now, all the things that I mentioned, how would you like that if I was able to help you do that live in real time? Now, how would you like that done and actually have a deal on the table, meaning somebody's like, yes, I will sell you my property for 500 bucks, 1,000 bucks, 2,000 bucks, whatever it is. How would you like that done all within 1 week? Spending 30 minutes to an hour a day with me as I help you to invest in property. Let me know that's something that you're interested in right now. Put in the comments whether you're watching this live or recording, because I think this is something you'll be interested in. Now, what type of people would be interested in this offer? Well, that's real simple. If you haven't done your first land deal, but you have money ready to invest in property. Now, if you're at this stage and you've been thinking about it and you're itching, you're like, you know what, this sounds good. I think I want to do it. I have a little cash that I can invest. I'm ready to go. I think the October 18th can be a game changer for you. If you've already bought in property before, but you feel that you can do it better or faster or pay lower prices, I think this opportunity will be there for you. If you're unsure of yourself when you're on the phone or you're in text messages or whatever it is, and you actually want to get a little bit more guidance and a little bit more help in real time, I think this event will be good for you because that's what I'm doing. From October 18th through the 22nd, I'm putting on a live event to do all of the things that I just spoke about. All right. So what's going on? Just to enumerate those things. First, I'm going to go step by step with you to find a property that you can actually invest in, or maybe not just a property, a whole area, a whole county, a whole town, a whole little subdivision area, step by step. And I'm going to let you know, hey, you're on the right track. This is actually a good area to invest in. You know what? I wouldn't mess with it. And here's why. Why do you want that? Well, how do you feel if you're making an investment and you're not too sure if it's going to pay off versus somebody who's been certified can actually give you his blessing on, like, you know what? I have a good feeling about this area. And if you don't take it, I will. Wouldn't that make investing a little bit easier? You can put that in the chat. Let me know if it'll be a little bit easier or not. Now, next, after that, I'm going to show you how to find all the area. Like I'm going to show you how to price the area properly. So you know how much you should be investing. So instead of overpaying for a property, you know, like, you know what, if I were to get anything, I should not be paying more than 500 bucks. If I were to get anything, I should not be paying over $1,000. And if I do find a property, just because I can pay 1,000 and be okay, I know ways to get actually knock that price down. If you're not good with your negotiation or just pricing the area in general, I think that would be really good for you as well. Now, after you understand how much you should be paying for a property and this and that, and you found the area, you're going to be wondering, how do I actually build a list of owners that are more likely to sell than somebody that's going to send me hate mail or try to curse me out over the phone, or, you know, you fill in the blank. Well, in this event, this live event, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly how you can know the difference. Also, after that, after we get a nice list of people who are more likely to sell, the low-hanging fruit, I like to call them, we're actually in real time going to contact those people in a cheap and effective way. So you're not spending a lot of time and money trying to get leads. You're going to know right away. And because of the nature of this business, if you know right away, you're going to have to worry about, well, what do I say to them? Like, it's one thing if I got to wait a couple of weeks, I could prepare myself. But if this happens real time, what do I say? Well, don't worry, I got you covered. I'm not going to let you be out there naked in the street. I'm going to make sure you understand what to do and how to do it properly. All right. Now, last thing, how do you, when you're on the thing, you're saying things, you're conversating, you're negotiating, how do you get that price as low as possible and do it with confidence? Again, in this event, I'm going to show you. So in this event, this is what's going to happen. I'm actually going to be doing it with you. You're going to look over my shoulder. You're going to peep over my shoulder and see what I'm doing live, real time. And as I'm doing it, you're going to be doing it. And as you're going through it and you're going to have questions, guess what? You ask me questions and we're all going to converse and we're all going to invest together. Now, before you can do this, you got to have your ducks lined up all in a row. If you don't have any money, this event ain't for you. Why do you need money? Well, the event is free. I'm going to have it right here in the group. Free event. You ain't got to pay nothing to me. Now, if you want to give me a donation, I wouldn't be mad at you, but that's not what, that's not what the event is for. I'm doing the event because honestly, there's certain things I need to get better at in not necessarily in the skills, but like just to be more consistent with. Instead of doubling and tripling down in an area that's been very profitable for me, looking to branch out. So if one area, the interest goes down for a little bit, other areas their interest should be going up. And now I just need to actually put that into practice. So I figured since I'm doing it anyways, why not have you guys follow along? Do it with me. Make sure you guys can actually do it at the right speed. Also, having me here as you do it, I'm going to hold you accountable because I'm not going to have people show up in and out of this event and not actually do shit. This event is not for you if you're just going to stand around watching other people make money. If you want to do that, go ahead and watch some reality TV, watch the Kardashians or something. This ain't for you. Also, if you only have $200 or $300 to your name and any money you would need to invest in property would be coming from your rent or your food or something like that, this event is not for you. This is for people who have money to invest in property. Because what the worst thing would be for, not necessarily for, the seller, but for you and your psyche, would to go through this process, have somebody, in doubt, think like, oh yeah, I'll go through it, whatever, just see what it's like. Have somebody be like, yeah, I want to sell to you and I want to sell at that low price and you ain't got no money to back it up. That will be a problem and a tragedy and it would just be sad all around. So if you don't have any money right now, this ain't for you. If you are not ready to move forward after you purchase a property, to do the due diligence, to do the transfer, to do the sale, this event is not for you. Again, if you just like to be on the sidelines, you like to dabble, you like to watch, okay, but don't show up to the event. It's not for you. But if investing with someone who has experience and who's pretty good at it, and he's going to do it in real time with you, not necessarily just teaching you like I'm a college professor, but I'm doing it too. So you're watching me go through the ups and downs and you see how I figure things out and how I maneuver and how I get to the things I want to get to and to get the information I want and make sense of all the information I get. This event will help you be that land investor you can be. Whether you're getting your first property or you're trying to get your next property and you want to do it faster, easier, with more confidence, I think this free event will be the thing that you need. Now, what happens if you don't have any money? Well, obviously, you have time. You got 2 weeks to get some money. How much money do you need? You may be asking. Well, that's a great question. Well, that honestly depends on where you're going to be, what area you stumble upon, and how much you want to actually invest. Now, using your budget, you can actually look to see how much property you can afford. So let's go through this example real quick. Let's say you have roughly $1,000 that you can invest. This ain't money that's earmarked for food or rent or anything important. This is money that you're going to put into a cryptocurrency or a stock market, your 401k, or just some other low yield, high risk investment. Instead of doing that, you can take that $1,000 and understand that to actually facilitate the deal, meaning to do the transfer from your name, or excuse me, from their name into your name, you're going to need about $100 or so, maybe 150 total. That's sending proper paperwork to the owner, getting it back, you know, paying for it, whatever it is, right? To and recording fees in a county or Simplify, whatever. To also, you know, find out these things. And if you have a little bit extra spare cash, you can actually pay for certain lists, and I'll show you how to do that. And if you don't have any spare cash, or you want as much of it to go to land as possible, I'm going to show you exactly how to get this information for free. So you're going to be covered, right? And then you'll need, because we'll be using, we'll probably be using text messaging, just because number one is fast, number two is easy, number three, it's cheap. You're going to need about $25 so you can send out 2,000 texts. Now, will you need all 2,000 texts? No, not at all. You're probably going to need maybe 500 at the most, But after you're done, you're going to have, ideally, if you do this right, you're going to be able to have an offer on the table for vacant land that you can say yes or no to. How does that sound? Let me know in the comments. Let me try and see if anybody's actually saying anything right now, because I know this is big news and you guys weren't expecting this, but you're going to have 2 weeks to make this happen. 2 weeks. All right. Because I've seen enough people on the sideline. I understand the hesitation that can happen when you're trying to, you know, do something like this, something on a bigger scale. All right. Doing this with me, I think, is going to be the most surefire way to make sure you get a deal and get it quickly. And as I say, it's a good chance that you can get that deal happening in a week. But you got to be ready for it. You got to be ready for it. So if you are ready to move forward and you want to know more details about the event, go ahead and put pay dirt in the comments. I will definitely hit you up. I will PM you some information. I will get you signed up. So then when it's time to go, I will let you know how to get started, because I probably will do it in the group, but just in case I don't, I want you to have that information. And also I have some other goodies that I'm preparing for you guys, so you guys can do it. What time will this be taking place? You know, that's actually a good question. I was thinking about having it every day from the 18th to the 22nd around this time, noon Pacific Standard Time. But if people need to be a little bit earlier, I can do that as well. Maybe even a little bit later. I can't go too far. I might be able to do 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That could work too. You know what I'll do? I'll put a poll in the group. I'll put a couple of different time ranges out there. Let's just see what people say. But again, it's a free event. I don't know if I'm going to actually record it. In fact, I probably won't record it. So if you miss it, then you miss it. That's it. Now, the reason why I won't record it, every time I use Zoom on this platform or on this computer or whatever it is, it's super slow. And trying to use Zoom and, you know, use the different websites and the tools that we're going to use to find our property, do our research, and so on and so forth, it'll just be too slow. It'll just make it, it'll slow everything down to a crawl. So I'm gonna have to figure out a different solution for that. So things won't be recorded. That's why I want to make sure this is at a really good time. That way everybody can, who says they want to go, who are ready to do this, and they say they want to do this, that they can join with no problem. Hopefully that answers your question, because that is a good question. So I will put up a poll. I will put up a couple different time ranges. I will see when people can do it. And then the most popular choice will probably get it. But yeah, So this is it. This is all I'm going to say to you. So right now, if you don't have any cash, I need you to get stack your chips right now. All right. If you need to put in extra hours at work, then go ahead and do it. Get at least $1,000 if possible, so you can comfortably find some property that will give you a nice return. If you can't put in extra hours at work and put in overtime, maybe be an Uber driver for a couple, until the 18th. Maybe you can cash out on, sell some items around the house and cash out that way. Whether, old DVDs and videos that you haven't used, old gaming systems, furniture, equipment, just things that you don't use, that's junking up your house, that's cluttering up your house, might as well get rid of it and make a little cash on the side. If you can do that, maybe you can borrow it from a friend. Now, I'll be very careful trying to borrow money from somebody, because if you don't pay them back, that's how you sleep with the fishes. So, your mileage may vary. Let's see, what else can you do that will help? You got the side hustles. Hey, clean up the poop for a little bit. There's always something you can do to make a little extra cash. Like the amount of money you need is minimal. And if you do this right, you won't need any, well, I'm not gonna say any. You're not going to need a lot, because I'm going to show you how to find the lots that are cheaper, but still premium, right? Targeting certain owners that are more likely to sell at a lower price. So you don't need to come with a lot of capital up front. Hell, if you got a buyer's list already, which I don't imagine a lot of you do yet at this point, but you can kind of pre-sell properties that you're interested in. Be like, hey, look, I'm gonna have a property in this county, in this town, roughly for this price range. Put your name on this list if you want. If you want to make sure you're the first to get wind of it, let me know. You can pre-sell, so you won't even need your own money. And finally, if you find something really nice and expensive, well, you got investors out there, land funders, who will fund your deal, and you guys split the profit, maybe 55-45, 30, 75-25, whatever it is. So there's a lot of things that you can do out there. There's a lot of ways to get money. I don't want to hear I ain't got no money. That's bullshit. Yeah, you do. You'll figure it out. If I came to you and I had a weapon, I'm like, hey, give me all your money, or your favorite loved one dies, you have a month to do it, I promise you, you will find all the money that I'll ask for. I promise. All right. But that's it. That's it. Hopefully this has got you excited, and as excited as it's gotten me, because I've been looking forward to doing something like this. So I'm still putting things together. I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be powerful. I think it's going to be game changing for a lot of you, because I see you back there. You see that land investing exists. You see how powerful it can be, but whatever reason, you haven't taken any action. Well, I'm going to obliterate all of your excuses. This ain't a course. It ain't going to be some pre-recorded thing. It's live, and you're going to be watching me do it. So you're going to see how I work, and you're going to see how I do things, and you're going to be able to follow along step by step and ask questions along the way. And guess what? All the people that are in this together, we're going to form a special little bond. It's going to be nice. It's going to be very nice. We're going to be all newly minted land investors. Hell, I might do some kind of cash prize or something for the person who gets their first property. Who knows? I don't know if I'll do that or not, because, unless I don't know, we'll see. But the point is, I'm doing a live event. It's a week long, an hour or so a day, breaking things down step by step, easy to follow as I do them, as I explain them. And then you can jump in and invest in your property. And then by the end of the week, the goal is to have an offer on the table that for a property that you can invest in, and actually you having the cash to go through and purchase that property. So now you can sell it for 2, 3, or 4 times the price that you purchased it for. All right. Well, that's it. This is Coach Vic signing off. Looking forward to hearing from you. Again, if you want more information about this live event, put pay dirt in the comments. I will hit you up. I'll send you a DM. We'll start a nice conversation. I don't have a landing page for this yet. Right. So it's just going to be a conversation between me and you about what you want to do. I'll kind of go over the broad detail, the broad like talking points I'm planning to talk about, but I want to know more about you. Why are you trying to do this? How serious are you? Are you wasting my time, or are you wasting your own time, or are you really going to make this happen? And you just need a little bit of a push from me or somebody like me to get you off the bench and into that game. All right. Well, that's it. A little shorter today, just an announcement. Next week, we'll see what we do next week, because we'll be less than a week until the event. So I might have to do some prereqs for you guys, just so by the time we go to the event, you'll be ready to go. We'll see. But yeah, Coach Vic signing out. Looking forward to it. Again, type in pay dirt in the comments if you want to know more about the free event I'm putting on from October 18th to the 22nd, about an hour or so per day, helping you get that offer for your first property. All right. See you later. Peace.